Welcome back, welcome back. We have the great, wonderful Yaron Finkelstein with us, advisor to Scott Morrison in those halcyon days of the Liberal winning, through to Brendan Nelson, the great Brendan Nelson, and what's going on now with Angus Taylor, what his thoughts are on that. But I'm going to ask my partner in crime, Vinny, to pose the first question, if he would, to Yaron.
Angus Taylor. Has he got a big job ahead of him?
He's got a huge job. He's admitted that. It's pretty big. This is a lot of seats to win, a lot of voters you've got to persuade that the Liberal Party's worth investing in again. It's a huge job.
Does he realise that Susan Lane presented absolutely no differently to what Albo did, in the sense that they both seem to be singing out of the same hymn book, even though they were different parties?
And you think that was the reason? That
I think that's a big reason.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it's about, I call it product differentiation. And if you're a Coles or Myers or David Jones, the people who buy stuff need to know, well, what do you stand for? How are you different to the others? And I guess sometimes it gets a bit blurry, and that's not good.
So what I say that because Pauline Hanson, who is absolutely on target, providing a country point of view, a country way of thinking. In fact, I think it's pretty realistic. But at the end of the day, she's gathered all this support, so much support, in fact, that it's overtaken the Liberal vote.
Well, she's got good timing, because the Times are suiting what she's been saying for a while. One of the fastest growing issues in all the polls, not just one here, one there, is immigration. And whatever your thoughts are about it, she's been saying pretty much the same thing for a very long time. So this idea of, I know what someone stands for, they've gravitated to her because they know what she stands for on the big issue that they care about at the moment.
So, Yaron, I ask you this. Now that we're listening to Pauline, does that mean, now you know where I'm going with this.
You've telegraphed it.
The other side have been lying to us, both Labor and Liberal.
Well, I think that it's a bit more complicated. I think that they are struggling to define what the answers are. Because it's all very well for everyone to go, I know what the problem is. But when you're in government and, institutional parties, like they've been around for a long time, they don't have an answer necessarily that's easy to sell. To be honest, Pauline has an easier sell because for a long time they've been a protest party. She doesn't have to be in government. Now, she's cleverly changing the way people see that, but if I'm not happy with the two major parties and I go to Pauline, I don't necessarily expect her to have all the answers. Well, with government, they do have to have answers, so it's harder for them.
Well, the Liberal Party future seems pretty bleak at the moment, even though we've got a newly elected leader in Angus, and I'm sure he's going to do his best, but he's basically trying to put a wreck together. It's not like he's been given a brand new project where he's got all brand new parts and he can just assemble this U-Butte car. No, they've given him something that's been completely demolished,
That's harsh.
written off.
Yeah.
The polls speak for themselves.
Polls are rough,
Right.
pretty rough.
Now,
Okay.
taking that point, Vinny, this by-election that's going to happen for Susan Lane, how important is that by-election?
I'll tell you what you're going to hear. You're going to hear the media say it's very, very important. The Liberal Party will say it's not that important or it's really hard, and somewhere in the middle is the truth. It's a strange part of Australia. It's a seat that used to be held by the National Party, then Susan wins it for the Liberal Party, so it's gone back and forth. It's an interesting part of Australia.
Will they all shoot for it? Will Pauline have a stand?
I reckon. Look, I can't speak for her in a party, but I reckon she would. Why not?
Yeah.
Mate, she'll win.
Yeah.
Well,
shooters and fishers?
They're not big in the federal sphere, but they might have a crack. They did in the state area. They're strong around there. We'll see, but it'll be interesting. But everyone's going to downplay their chances. Oh no, I couldn't possibly win that. Oh, we wouldn't have a chance. Don't you worry about that. But everyone's got to manage expectations.
We're going to come right back soon and quiz you on more on the wealth of knowledge he has in Canberra, the people that are in Canberra, how the media handles our representatives in the political field. He knows it all. We'll be back.